Thanks. The frenzy over Apple's iPhone spread to Britain and Germany today. Gadget nuts in London lined up in the cold for more than 24 hours to be the first ones to buy an iPhone. But Canadians will have to wait a little longer before the iPhone's available here. Joining us to talk about why, Ken Chase, the Director of Network Operations for harmonyMobile Networks. So why can't Canadians get an iPhone yet?
Well, they're just not available through Rogers. Rogers is the GSM network provider. That's a type of network that the iPhone operates on. There's a couple of mechanical legal issues that are actually in the way for Rogers right now.
Is some kind of a lawsuit over the name?
That's what it's coming to. They're already in a lawsuit with Comwave over an unrelated issue, but Comwave happens to own the Canadian trademark on iPhone.
So what are the other issues?
Well, the other issues are that the iPhone is very data intensive. And to really enjoy and make good use of an iPhone, there's quite a lot of data. Now in the States, that's right on the borderline of being an expensive proposition, but people are obviously doing it. In Canada, our data rates are much higher, especially on Rogers, since that's the only GSM provider option in Canada in terms of the large providers. So it would be quite a large bill to use an iPhone on Rogers if you only use the GSM data.
But isn't the iPhone built so that it runs on Wi-Fi, those things they have in coffee shops, etc.?
Yeah, it will connect to a wireless access point, say, in a coffee shop. I think that Rogers really doesn't want to see those kinds of phones. Actually, it's completely true. They don't have any phones on their website which have Wi-Fi in them, except for two models which are greatly reduced in functionality, even though there's dozens and dozens of them on the market now.
What about iPhones on the grey market? Well, you've got some at the office, apparently.
Yeah, we do, but I mean, those were, they had to be cracked, and they're from the first generation. Now the crack has been fixed, but someone found a new crack. So, but I mean, that's not really a kind of thing that a consumer really wants to go through. If you get it wrong, you brick your iPhone, have to send it back. Apple may say, sorry, you broke your warranty, and that's the end of it. So, I mean, really, the whole issue here is, I mean, yes, technically you can use, well, it's not even gray market. These are consumer electronics devices. They're not something that you should be getting from your provider. I mean, you bought your TV at, a Future Shop. You didn't have to go to, Rogers Cable or Bell Express for you to get your TV. Phones, just like calculators, watches, cameras, they are consumer electronics, and they should be completely network agnostic.
Do you think that Rogers and Apple are having a little battle here?
I think they are. I think, Rogers just posted record profits recently, and it's great for them to have such good revenue, but that's on the back of their data plans, which is what all our workforces are using in the office, doing a lot of data on their BlackBerries and whatnot, and they really don't want to have any devices on their network which cut into that revenue. So they are probably, I mean, this is a rumor, but it's probably somewhat well informed, that Rogers has probably asked Apple to remove the Wi-Fi functionality from the iPhone.
But Steve Jobs says he won't do that.
I don't know exactly if...
I don't know if he's told Rogers he won't do that, but he said at the beginning.
I mean, that would break the whole iPhone. I mean, I can't see him, in terms of Canadian perspective, I don't know if he said that specifically, but I can't see Jobs doing that. The Apple is a packaged device that everybody knows with the functionality and expects it to work a certain specific way, and it's an excellent Wi-Fi browser. The interface is unsurpassed by other models, and if you took the Wi-Fi out of it, it really would be a large problem.
How long can Bell Mobility, TELUS, and Rogers hold back the tide and keep out technology and keep prices sky high? Where I think we're one of the most expensive cell phone countries in the world.
Yeah, we are. We've been compared to Uganda, where they have very little infrastructure, and that's why it's so expensive. And really it is, if you look at this from the consumer's perspective, this is really, the companies are really not taking into account what consumers really want to do. All these devices are available. They do voice over IP, which is telephone calls for free, or whoever your provider is, over the internet for a fraction of the cost of a normal cell call. And a lot of these phones will do it over the wireless connection. So if you're at home and you have a Wi-Fi device, or you're at the office, you should be able to make your calls over your own device through your own network.
Quickly, when do you think an iPhone will go on sale in Canada, and how much is it going to cost?
It'll be about the same price as in the States, but I think it's really, I don't know how long it's going to be. But I mean, really, the thing is with Rogers, they're really going to resist letting this out as much as possible. They're basically a monopoly. There used to be 2 GSM providers in Canada. Now there's 1 when they bought Fido. And the long-distance prices have gone up by a factor of 3 since they came in. And I mean, they're just, anybody who's competing with them, they're just going to eliminate them. In fact, I can verify this, that we, harmonyMobile, have been cut off from our network, from accessing Rogers' network.
Okay. Do you or your company do any consulting or work for any of the companies that we were discussing?
Right. Yes. harmonyMobile sells plans that operate through a reseller on Rogers' network.
Or you used to?
Or used to.
Okay. Thanks.
Don't know what's next.
Thanks very much.
You're welcome.
The British have been into cross-border shopping forever. Rip off Britain, they call it. Prices are almost always cheaper across the channel in France or Belgium. The unlocked iPhone may now join cars, beer, and wine as the favorite shopping item. One columnist suggested the best way for Apple to discourage the British from shopping for the iPhone in France is to make the French models operate in French only, since the British are legendary for never learning their neighbor's language. Have you missed any of the big business stories of the week? You can catch up this weekend with Business Weekly. On Saturday, it'll be on at 6:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 5:30 p.m. That's on CBC Newsworld. And that's this edition of CBC News Business. I'm Fred Langan, and you can catch a replay of this program at 3 a.m., 3:30 in Newfoundland.